Broadcasting all over the world at urbanbroadcastmedia.com, delivering love and inspiration 24/7. This is UBM Praise. The following show is paid programming and does not necessarily express the views and opinions of Urban Broadcast Media and its subsidiaries. Thank you for listening to UBM Praise.
A young man that you all know is Joe the Policeman from the What's Going Down episode of That's My Mama. I want you to put your hands together and welcome him to the stage. Big round of applause.
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
What's his name?
Sir Walter Jones.
Whose show is this?
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
Say it again.
Sir Walter Jones.
Who you with?
Sir Walter Jones.
One more again.
Sir Walter Jones.
The Sir Walter Jones Show. Co-host Alvin Carter. We are a Christian talk show in where we tackle all the hot topics in a believer's walk.
That's right.
Wednesday is Music Business Night. We feature new and old artists. We talk about the music ministry in churches, choirs, musicians, music directors, etc. And we talk about publishing, record deals, ASCAP, etc.
Wednesday. Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
What's his name?
Sir Walter Jones.
Whose show is this?
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Hey, everybody out there at Radio Land. This is Sir Walter of the Sir Walter Jones Show. I'm so excited to be here. This is Wednesday, men's, well, I get caught up on Monday. It's not Monday, it's Wednesday. Monday we do Men's Chronicles, so I got the M mixed up with music. Music Business Day, that's right.
Yeah,
I got it. Today is Music Business Day, and today what we do is we sit around the round table and we talk about the music business. We talk about the music industry. We've been on the air for a while, and every Wednesday, you know, my people who call in or who are listening on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn and all those fans that got out there, our Spreaker account is blowing up. We got about 8,000 plays so far. We thank God that today, you know, officially we are the hottest show on this station, and we thank God for that. Yeah, we got it, man. We got the statistics, and I've got the paperwork. It's telling me that people are listening in by leaps and bounds. So thank you, social media, for tuning in either live or you listen to the rebroadcast. So you guys are there, and the station is definitely thanking you for that. Yeah, so go back to your Wednesday shows and let's talk and listen to all the things we talked about in the music business. Those of you who you know, you got a CD, you're a vocalist and you want to know how I get started. You know, you're a musician, you're struggling, you need some mentoring, you need this and that. This is the show that you're listening to. If you go to Spreaker, you'll see every show that we've talked about on how to help you. Okay? We talked about social media and all the things you need to do to sell your music online. Usually around the next hour, we talk about everything you need to do to get your music noticed. The old way of music business don't work anymore. No more making your demos on cassette tapes and putting them in the envelope and sending them to Word Records and see if somebody gonna snatch it. That don't work no more. The music business is different. They don't. The industry cats don't come visit you and then bam offer you a record label right then and there. Those things only happen to the privileged. Yeah, you gotta now have a product already dropped. All right, you got your product, because what's happening now, the music. The industry guys, they don't want to spend a whole lot of money on you. They want you to have it already packaged and ready to go. And number two, they want a following already. So the purpose of the Sir Walter Jones Show is to get you that following. So the people you got new people who are following you. We have two people here who I'm excited to have for the first time on this show. This first half hour, we're going to spend some time with a young man by the name of Ralph Hopkins Jr. He's a junior. Apparently, there must be a senior around the world somewhere. He's got a project called Joy Comes in the Morning. We're going to play that in a few minutes. But let me read the bio here. I went on his website. It says Ralph Hopkins Jr., an accomplished national recording artist, minister of music, songwriter, producer, and community activist. has been appointed for a time such as this to bring music that not only inspires but encourages, uplifts, and heals the spirit and soul of mankind while giving God the praise. Ralph Hopkins Jr. is the walking embodiment of the term minister of music. Ralph Hopkins Jr., Skrilla. Skrilla is his name, y'all. Previously known as recording artist of the hip-hop genre, answered his call and founded Infinity.
Infinite Praise.
Praise, made up of the best musicians he's ever played with, as well as the best voices he's ever played for over the years of being an organist in the church. He and I seem like we got a lot in common, so I can't wait to talk to him. His goal, along with Infinity Praise, is to bring the heart, mind, body, and soul, which is a show that just came off the air just a couple hours ago, the Mind, Body, and Soul show with Annette Harris. How apropos. You a prophet too? What's going on, man? Mind, Body, and Soul of the believer as well as the non-believer. Wonderful music that gives God and his kingdom the ultimate glory. Again, he's got a release that's out now, man. How you doing, Ralph?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I got my my hot drink here because I do these every night for 2 hours straight, and after a while you're gonna hear me talking like that. So I have to have some hot. Pull that mic to you, man. Let's get to know who you are. Talk a few minutes, and then we're gonna release the hounds after this. Robert's looking at me funny. We go there. We've been knowing each other a long time. We're gonna talk about that too in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. And she brought her daughters with her, so she got protection. Yeah, they don't play. I can see they don't play. Yeah. Man, how old are you, by the way?
34.
You're 34.
Yes,
okay.
34.
You're 34. How long you been in the music ministry?
Well over 15 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, who kicked you off? Who got you started?
Well, I came up in the church. My three older sisters, they were singing and started to want to play the drums.
Yeah.
Was bad at that. Got good at it. Then want to move to the organ. Was bad at that. Got good at that. But I was still a young guy in the streets of Chicago.
Okay.
So I was more so adapted towards hip hop music.
Okay.
And I was doing so much of hip hop music. I was always a producer, laying tracks for various artists. But after a while, after I got older and had my family, it was like, well, I can't be saying some of these things and then play. And then for what I've been through and what God has blessed me and my family through, it's like I got to give him the praise from my music, from my writing, everything that I do. I got to give God the praise. Yeah. And with that will last more than
that's good.
My hip hop music.
Yeah.
So I made the transition.
Why did you choose the hip hop? Is it something that you just saw on TVs, watching BET, say, hey, I'm gonna be just like them?
No, I think it was in my soul. I just love music. My dad was a recording artist, and my sister was a gospel recording artist. But I was young. It was my environment. You know, it was like that was the fad. And okay, well, let me produce. But it was hip hop I was producing. It really wasn't like in the hood. It really was like gospel artists really wasn't that respected. It's like, oh, man, you corny with gospel or something like that. Right. So, but with hip hop, then you get the respect. Oh, you tougher than this guy and all that. But then after a while, getting older and having kids of my own, the son, it's like that's not the image that I want to portray to anyone that loves my music that I produce. So just made the transition to gospel, and it's actually more soulful and actually more relaxing. Really, to you? To me, actually very more therapeutic.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, why do you think that? Is it a personal experience that you have when you hear gospel, or is it your upbringing? Because maybe your parents brought you up in church.
Well, I think it's a little bit of both because to talk about the personal experience, I think it's more soulful. When you go back to the Motown era, I believe that the reason why the Motown era was so explosive was because of the live instrumentation that was used.
I agree.
And now when you come to our area, it's more production with the analog bass lines and different things, and that's what loses the value. So gospel music, it drives off of the live instrumentation and it's more soulful, and then it just allows you to be more intimate with what you're talking about, and then to talk about God, it's like it's an endless story.
Yeah, that's good. Robin's agreeing with you. Yeah, she
totally.
You nailed it. Yeah. Before I move on, why did you find that so intriguing, Robin?
I mean, because it's the one thing that I've always told my children. You know, like you hear their music and you look at the generation today, and they are so driven by their music and their sound.
Yes.
And I always told my kids, you know, when you hear, let's say, groups like Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know, you hear groups like Confunction, I would always tell them, now that's when music was real. You know, when you didn't have, you know, young people sampling other people's music and, you know, I'm just going to take your music and I'm going to recreate it, you know, quote unquote, and make something new of it. But when musicians were creating their own sound, they had live bands that were on the stage, you know, that's when music was real, and that's when music was good.
Yeah.
You know, that's when it was good.
Yeah, you're right. That's when it was good. Something happened. It ain't good as much as now.
Not right now.
You come up in Chicago. You born and raised here?
Born and raised Chicago.
Okay.
South side.
Oh, South side, huh?
Yep.
How far south?
6,500
okay.
south.
Oh, okay.
Right off West.
Mid-South. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Inglewood.
Inglewood. Yeah. Now you mentioned you had a sisters in the music ministry.
Yes.
And a father, you said? Who was it?
Yes, but he came up in the James Brown era.
Okay.
And to hear the stories that my uncle say, call his name, and he had some go-go girls to come out, and he'll do it. It was just so fascinating, but I wasn't alive to see that, obviously.
Oh, I see.
But to hear the stories of when him coming up, I think that's where the soul comes. But it touched my older sister first, my second older sister first, and she went down to Florida and got with some awesome musicians, and that's actually how I learned how to play, going down there visiting with her.
Where?
Daytona Beach, Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, she had some awesome musicians, but she always was a powerhouse with her singing, and she connected with them. I come down there to visit her, and I was just fascinated. One of her friends playing for them, whatever song they sung, he knew how to play it. And I just asked him to show me to play, and he showed me "Oh Jesus" by Shirley Caesar.
Really?
Yeah, he showed me how to play that, just 4-chord pattern, and then he let me keep the keyboard, and I came back to Chicago, and I played that song to all my sisters, and my mama got mad. That's all I played. And then my mother decided to invest in me and had another organist show me different structures. And
really? How long was you down in Daytona?
Only a week.
Yeah.
He was on down a week.
You was down at, it was a particular church?
Butts Temple, I believe. That's the church that she went to.
Yeah, I was leading somewhere because that's Sam Butts.
Yeah, he wrote, It's About Time for a Miracle.
That's right.
Yeah, when she told me that, I was like, do you know that's the new bump? Well, 2 years ago, that was the bump in that church, that dun, 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 dun. That was the new bump that all the musicians was doing, and I didn't know that it was him. So.
Sam Butts was his father was my pastor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I went to Bethune-Cookman.
My sister went to Bethune.
Really?
Yeah, she probably know it, Denise Hopkins.
Come on now. I kept looking at the last time and said, I don't know too many Hopkins, but here it is.
Denise.
Wow, it's a small world, man.
Yes.
I just talked to Sam. Well, he's Bishop Sam now.
Yeah.
He's Bishop now. Man, that's awesome, man. It's just that, I often try to find out the beginnings of musicians, okay, and where they come from and why do they stay in it, okay? Now, you are keyboardist? Organist, okay? You're a Hammond man, right?
Absolutely, B3.
B3, okay? There's a Hammond man just walked in. I haven't caught it. I'm a Hammond man, okay? Although we all do keyboards as well. Robin's keyboardist, okay? So we all kind of go back and forth. So it's good that we all can kind of chill today and see, because, we got a keyboard over here, and what we do is we do a hymn of the night.
Yeah, he's going to get involved.
Yeah, so any, many, miny, mo. Y'all going to have to. Oh, yeah, it's on. So what I want to do is I want to hear this song that you have here. It's called Joy Comes in the Morning. You see it, Robin? Ralph Hopkins. Okay, we're gonna play this and kind of set us up here. What inspired you to write this?
Facebook. My cousin was Vit, and I was already in the process of writing the album, the vision that God gave me, and he put the I'm trying to think of the word to use, but he blocked it. He put it on his news feed. We've been made doing night Psalms 31:5, and I was just over my mama's house visiting, and I just read it, and I came up with the scheme, and I rushed home and put the chords to it, and called my sister and all of the voices that I know, my band, and we went in the studio. We knocked it out.
Oh, cool. Well, you're gonna hear it here on the Sir Walter Jones Show. It's called Joy Comes in the Morning. Ralph Hopkins Jr.
How many of you know joy comes in the morning? Come on, stand to your feet. Let's go. Yeah.
We're more professional than that, I promise y'all. We are. Oh, there it is, right? Just kicked us right off. That song was so powerful, the devil didn't want to hit it.
You don't want to shout. So.
Yeah. Alvin, help us out with this song.
Okay.
What's the genre?
Gospel.
It's straight gospel, ain't it?
Church. In fact,
tradition.
And many people don't realize it, but gospel has subgenres.
Yes, it does.
And this falls into a subgenre.
It does. It does.
Called bump.
That's it. Now this is Sunday morning right here.
That's church song.
Church Sunday morning. I love it.
I love it.
Yes, and it's difficult. It has become difficult nowadays, unless a Hezekiah Walker come on the scene, for us to find a Sunday morning song for the choir
or Smallwood, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
it's kind of hard. Right. Now, if your church has got rid of the choir, then that's different. Now we got praise teams, so then we bring in Robin, and she can help us, in that area with her songs. Okay, we got the praise team, and then there's some churches that don't even have praise team. They just don't have it. So you got just soloists popping up, and some churches just still do what they call testimony service.
Yeah,
and they'll try
CD
to.
worship.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm sick of
that's
pantomime.
Right. CD worship,
praise team singing along with.
Yeah. So we got those things, man. That's a hit, man.
Oh, thank you.
I love that. Yeah, I love. And it's not very difficult.
It's it's complex enough to play along with, but easy enough to teach a beginner.
Yes, that's good. That's good
because it gives you room for those that are more advanced to stretch out, as we say on it. But yet it still has substance. I mean, but then it's a great tool to teach a young budding musician.
Yeah,
because it gives them some chord progressions.
Yes, it does.
To work with.
Yeah, it really do. Who are the musicians on this piece?
Well, obviously me.
Sure.
Me, and I got my drummer from Greater Rock.
Okay.
Corey Willoughby.
On the west side?
Yeah.
Corey,
that's the drummer on there.
Look at that young boy.
And then I got Roosevelt for Reverend Brooker's Church, the lead guitar player.
Yeah.
And my bass player, Bryant Spencer.
Okay. Where'd y'all record this?
Rax Tracks.
Oh, Rax. Okay, sure. I'm thinking now, Alvin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I usually pull on him for history knowledge. Okay. He think he know everything.
No,
so
I don't.
So I still pull on him.
No, I'm just nosy. So I ask questions.
Yeah. How many songs have you written?
Gospel or just all together?
Let's go with all together first.
Well over 500.
Okay, 500. Okay. Robin?
Oh, probably around the same. I mean, over 500 songs.
500. Okay, y'all doing the math here? Okay. That's 1,000. Alvin?
I don't know. Let's roughly say between 5 or 10 songs.
No, that's he lying on the air.
I can't remember them all, so I'll roughly say about 4 to 5, maybe 7.
Okay.
No, 1,000.
Yeah.
Because I got a notebook like this full of stuff.
Right. So mine's about 2,000. So 2,000.
15.
Okay. 5. Okay, who's good at math? She is. How many songs?
That's 3,000 songs.
How many songs we got?
3,000.
3,000 songs right here in the room. Okay. We did a show on songwriting.
Yes, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Gosh, I wish we got to do a part 3. Because we got to do a part 3 and have these guys here.
Did we do part 2 yet?
Yeah, we had not Percy Beatty. We had
Crabs and Sharon.
The first show we did on songwriting, we had Larry Jones. Was it Pernell Johnson? Oh, Calvin Bridges. I think it's Calvin Bridges.
Oh yeah, Calvin Bridges. Yeah,
Calvin Bridges, Pernell Johnson, and Larry Jones. Was that it? Okay, that was the first song, right? Then you and I came in with Sharon Ware, and we did it. So we need a part 3. Actually, I think we should do a monthly songwriting class. Okay, here, and find out what you guys' schedules are. Mm-hmm. We'll come down. What we do, we put the keyboard on the thing, and we find a topic. Okay, and Facebook, what they do, they'll throw out a topic, a phrase or word, and you guys have to write a song around it. Now, you may write the verse. You may write the chorus, okay, and she may write the bridge, and then we make a full song. Last time we did it, it was a hit. We had it on iTunes the next morning. Yeah, so that's what we do, and it's all about education, and helping the people, because there's a lot of starving artists out there. You know,
Yes.
and a lot of hurting cats out there who are not getting the exposure that they desire, and they don't know where to go. So what we're gonna do is on today's show we're gonna talk about mentorship. And it was a wonderful topic that it was an idea of Robin over here, because I asked her. Usually, what we do is we bring our guests on and we give them the opportunity to talk about what's very passionate about them, that's really passionate on their hearts, and that was passionate for her. What's passionate for you musically?
Wow. To be able to see somebody head moving, to be able to have somebody say, "What you wrote touched me." Or what you wrote got me through. To be a vessel, to be able to do that. That's my passion.
That's your passion. Yeah. You agree with that? With you?
Totally agree.
Yeah. Have you ever wrote a song and you were in the church or whatever venue you were in, and then your song came up and you saw the reaction of the people? How did that make you feel, Robin? Go ahead and talk.
I don't think you can describe. I mean, you don't write necessarily with that as your first priority. Right. For songwriters, our first priority is like we are. It's our expression of our feeling about God. Our praise, our worship, or whatever type of song that we're writing. And then when someone comes to you and they talk to you about how your song blessed them, I think it's so surreal in that moment because that's not. It wasn't my original intent. Right. But to hear someone tell you how something you did affected them, I don't even think there are words to describe that. Wow. You're like, wow. And, you realize it's like my song, has that type of impact, and the mere fact that, you can be used in that way is amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah. You agree with that?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. Do you remember what was your first song? Both, whether R&B or whether gospel?
Yeah, me and my sister recorded in the basement.
Really?
Yeah. It's called No Chance. I had my sister with the vocals.
This was what was this, a hip hop song? What was it?
Yeah, it was hip hop.
Okay.
It was hip hop, and she was singing "No Chance," and I'm calling myself doing 16 bars, and to this day they still ask about that one.
Really?
Yeah, and I got on a little white tape.
Wow.
Cassette tape?
Yeah, little cassette tape.
Yes, sir. That's
the white one.
Yeah, little tape on top.
Yes, sir.
Tissue in the hole so you can re-record.
Yeah.
That's how I recorded.
That's good. What was your first song, Robin?
First song that I remember writing as a teenager, I was ministering music at a church on 113th and King Drive. New Alpha Progressive. Yeah. And Pastor Connolly had preached a sermon about I Believe God, and that was the name of the song from his sermon. I wrote this song called I Believe God, which blew up in our church at that particular time.
What you remember what year that was?
Oh, okay. So,
go ahead.
I am all of 49 years old now, and I was
she
about.
Told her age.
She told it.
A woman told her age.
I did.
Can you believe it?
Ooh, yeah. We just experienced history. I just knew she wasn't going to say that.
Oh no, I'm cool with my age. You know why? Because I understand. I told my daughter this today. The first 50 years I've learned that you learn. The next 50 years you live. So I'm cool with that.
I like that.
So I was about.
There will be living.
So I think I was 16 or 17 when I wrote that song.
Well, you carried a one.
Right. Come on. Do the math, man. Do the
math. 15 minus 49.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Alvin, you remember your first song?
Yeah. You ask me that every time.
I do. And I forget every time.
And I had you said, that's in D. Remember that?
Yeah, what song was that?
Break the Chains.
Oh, that was your first one.
The first song I ever wrote.
Right. In D.
In the key of D.
Don't make no sense. Speaking of keys, what is the key, Robin, that you absolutely detest?
Oh, detest. B.
I wrote a song in B.
Yeah.
It was recorded by Faith Howard.
Why?
It's just not a key that we play enough in to understand it.
That's good.
Who sings in B except for Albin? Who writes in B?
Thomas Whitfield.
Yeah, he does.
Thomas Whitfield.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Anyhow, it's in B.
It was in B. It surely was.
Yes.
It surely was. But we don't do anything in B, so we don't learn it enough.
That's true. What's your number one favorite?
E flat.
Why?
It is the easiest key to me.
For you,
really?
In terms of my understanding, it is the easiest key.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your worst key?
E.
E.
E natural.
E or A.
Yeah. E natural.
Horrible.
Yeah. Favorite.
A C sharp.
Kojic Bar.
Yeah. Hey, he went to Bus Temple, so he might be.
Yeah.
Well, he visited Bus Temple. Your worst.
My worst key.
Uh-huh.
A or E.
A or E.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably A more than E.
Okay.
Because I could take E and use it like it's D flat minor.
Right.
And that's how I spend my thoughts.
Yeah. Well, we definitely have something in common there.
Yeah.
It's A or E.
Yeah.
The worst. Now, but I have found though that it depends on the style of the music.
Right.
If you're playing fast, up tempo, bumpy, those keys are horrible because it's hard for me to maneuver and solo and do runs.
I'm gonna be clean and basic.
That's it. That's all you're gonna get from me.
Yes.
Is discipline. Okay. But when it comes to ballads or worship music, I
got time to think about it.
I got time to think. Yes, there you go. You can be creative.
E.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's
E,
right.
And break every chain is in A.
See?
Yep.
Now, watch this though. I have discovered, and y'all tell me if I'm right or not, that it depends on the race, that whether it's a white person or black person, writing that song will determine the key. I have noticed that most praise and worship songs are in the white keys. Not the praise and worship songs that we write. I'm talking about the ones from Hosanna, Integrity Music,
CCM.
and CCM. Okay, a lot of those are in the white keys because a lot of those writers are guitar players, and the guitars play in
tune 440, not 430.
Open
absolutely.
string.
Open string.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're in the white keys. It's just so ironic that the white people writing the white keys and black people writing the black keys. It's ebony and ivory.
Never thought about it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you look at all the old choir songs of the old day, they were in A flat, okay, B flat, C sharp, okay, a lot of those because that's just they were our keys. And it's almost something we need to think about. I wonder did God even execute it that way? That we play in the black keys and they play in the white keys, you know what I'm saying? Because we clap in the 2 and the 4, they clap on the 1 and the 3. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just so ironic that happens. But then what we did was we took a lot of their songs, their praise and worship songs, and then we made it ours,
right.
And then we put it in our keys. Absolutely.
Well, it's another way to look at it too. We say the keys. Most R&B music is in minors. They use mostly minors.
Is true. Yeah.
And gospel use mostly majors.
Yeah.
I never noticed that. Yeah. As much R&B I play.
No,
yeah.
I have.
Now blues, but R&B I never noticed that.
Yeah,
because
a lot of minors in it.
I guess the R&B I play is a lot of funk.
It is.
And,
you will have.
EWF and
well, more so like
function
ballads though.
Those are blues writers who got some R&B band members to do
Matter of fact, you're right. Pull that up. D, I don't know why you didn't tell me to go to commercial yet. I don't know what D over there.
D trying to get some music out of us because whenever we got a room full of keyboard players, he got his camera going.
No, man, what happened is I'm trying to make sure I got all the other stuff. You got a lot going on.
What had happened is,
let's go ahead and go to break.
Go to break. We go to break, and what we're gonna do is we're going to interview our wonderful friend. I'll play that after the break. Our wonderful friend Robin. We're gonna switch seats over here. Get Robin over here next to me. And we're going to see what's going on in her world and with her daughters.
In my world.
In her world. It's a crazy world,
in my world.
Right.
Yeah. Are you going to hang with me, Doc?
Absolutely.
Okay, hang with me till 6 o'clock. And we're going to talk some stuff and make sure we can. And we put some tape on Alvin's mouth. All right, y'all. You being praised. It's Sir Walter Jones.
Yes!
Log on to urbanbroadcastmedia.com and check out the many services Urban Broadcast Media provides. Whether it's social media, video production, radio broadcasting, or audio recording, we got you covered. The following show is paid programming and does not necessarily express the views and opinions of Urban Broadcast Media and its subsidiaries. Thank you for listening to UBM Praise.
Welcome back.
Wednesday.
Everybody, I'm back. My headphones are tied and crossed with my feet over here. Yeah, Alvin, if you can kind of help me out there, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Yeah, bring my slippers and my pipe and.
No, brother.
No, you ain't doing that. Thank you. Got the wrong guy, right?
I'll bring you a coat
and send you on your way. Yeah. Brother Hopkins was saying something very interesting about songs, R&B songs being in like minors.
Yes.
And I can see why, and not just R&B songs, but it seems like a lot of praise and worship songs are that way too.
We talk about prophetic flows.
Yeah,
you have churches where you got prophetic flows.
Love it.
Then you find a lot of those are in minor keys, especially C minor.
Yes. So, for instance, we got something like this. And then they go, they're going up. Okay, now that's us. But then the R&B is the same way. Oh, baby, you know something. I need you. Okay, same flow. Okay, and it seems like, okay, there is a similarity here.
There is.
Yeah. Why is there such a similarity?
You know, I think it's just because this is a conversation that my oldest daughter and I have all the time about, you know, I'll hear an R&B song and I'll say to her, that's something I would play.
Absolutely.
You know, and she always says, yeah, that sounds like, you know, we call them flows.
Yep.
You know, that sounds like something. And, you know, I think it's just the music that's in us. You know, I can't say why that similarity is between, let's say, those prophetic flows and R&B.
Yeah.
But I think it's just that where music originally comes from.
Yeah.
You know, it's what we were originally programmed with,
That's
you know,
good.
and whether we use it, you know, the R&B way or whether we use it, you know, the praise and worship of the prophetic way, it's still what was put in us.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and our upbringing, because a lot of cats from R&B, they did come up in church. You know, now these guys today, I don't know where they come from.
No.
But I mean, in my day of R&B, these cats, and you knew it. You knew they come from church. I mean, I'm talking about going way back to. I mean, I look at Whitney Houston. Okay.
Yeah.
First time you saw her, that little skinny self was in church. Okay,
you can hear it in her
and
singing.
you can hear it in her singing.
The quality of the singer.
Oh yeah. Well, her auntie is a mom was a
mom.
Yeah,
Sissy, her mom, and then her cousin Dionne Warwick.
Yeah.
Best friend Aretha Franklin. Come on, she was around real singing.
Real singers, absolutely. Yeah, and then it went on over. She did the reverse that what Hopkins did. He left the world, came to God. She did the reverse. So Robin. Your middle name is what? Edwards?
No.
What is it?
Denise.
Is it Denise?
Mm-hmm.
She favors them Edwards from Monument, though.
That's my married name, though.
What?
Denise, your married name?
Oh, Edwards is
my married name.
Oh, Edwards. Okay, so it's Denise.
Is my middle name Robin Denise.
Robin Denise is Denise's middle name.
And Marshall is mine.
Marshall
is
your maiden name. You born and raised here?
Born and raised in Chicago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. On the south side.
South side. What area?
Was born in Hyde Park.
Oh.
Moved to South Shore.
Uppity, excuse me. All right now. Move where?
Moved to South Shore and then Chatham and then moved to the south suburbs.
South Shore, so you went east.
You
went far east and you came back a little further
Came back a little west.
Chatham.
That's my neighborhood.
And then what you do?
Then moved to Hazelcrest.
Then you went, I'm out. Dirty, you've passed the dirty south.
Regular Jeff. Move on up.
You are no man in the music business.
That was my parents.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. Now, you, who kind of got you started in music?
No one. For me, it started as a 5 or 6 year old that just began to hear things and went to the piano and started playing them. And so from there, once I got in school and there would be a piano in school and I would hear things. I remember one of the first things I heard was Love Story. And so I'd go to the piano and start playing
the
it.
theme from Love Story.
A
great song.
And from there, my parents recognized, okay, I think that she has something here.
Yeah.
And so I asked them would they buy me a piano.
Yeah.
And they did.
Wow.
And so it started from there, but it was just a...
Can you hum a little of that?
Love Story?
Yeah.
So that was like one of the first songs that I heard that I went and played.
Really?
So it was just, I hear something, I want to play it.
Do you remember what key that was in?
I remember what key I played it in. I believe it was... Right there.
What key is that?
I don't know what.
Well, it jumps.
Yeah, because it's a minor key.
Yeah.
Yeah, B flat.
Right.
B flat. Yep.
Then go so major.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so good. You're so good.
Yeah. Come on now. I learned from you. I remember you and I sitting down talking.
We did.
Years ago. Right? Maybe 2009. Right?
Yes.
I got so much out of that conversation. You were just very transparent, you were open, and you were talking about some of the struggles in music ministry that you came across. Now, some things are not for everybody's ears. It's between you and I.
Sure.
Okay? All right, some things that you share. Do you think that your story is not unique?
Definitely not unique.
Why you say
Probably
that?
so widespread.
Yeah.
I know because of conversations I've had with other musicians.
Okay.
And I knew that what I was going through, I knew that with, for instance, like my brother sitting here, if it was just me, then there would be so much more that we would be hearing.
Yeah.
There would be so many more at the Grammys. There would be so many more at the Double Boards. There would be so much more than what we hear. If it was just unique to me. So I knew that it could not be, number one. But then because of people that I've met along the way, that when I talk to them, the same story, it's the same thing, and it's so parallel.
Yeah.
You know, there are not a whole lot of differences.
Yeah. That is so true. Mentorship, something that's very passionate for you.
Yes.
Okay. And now you said when you started, it was no one. You just heard this song, you started playing it, and the parents recognized it, and they kind of supported you in that. But then somebody began to mentor you somewhere, whether it was just a few days, a few weeks, or they became a lifelong mentor to you.
Well, I would say mentoring in the way that not so much someone took me under their wing and said, here, I'm going to take you. But I probably was mentored more by people that I saw that I made a decision to follow them. And not so much that someone came along and said, here, let me help you. I mean, when, Alvin, we talk about Tom Bynum, when I recognized the call of worship on my life and I wanted to learn more about worship, I began to go to this particular church and watch and to learn. So I think a lot of my mentoring came in that way, where I said, I either like the way this person plays, I like the way they minister.
You sought after it.
I sought after it more so than someone came along and said,
come here, God, let me show you a thing or two.
Let me help you.
Yeah, that's good. As one of us, you say that because Marvin Winans would be for me. Okay, Marvin Winans don't know me. He might have saw me at a culture convention.
One day he gonna be on his show though.
He stepped on. Well, then again, that's right. He did see me. We were, what's his name? Used to bring him to town every year before they got famous.
Monument, Ella Hinton.
Well, before him, it was his church was on Roosevelt, and the roof fell in.
Campbell.
Yes,
Willie
James. The roof fell in.
No, that's a West Side story.
Yeah, roof fell in. Campbell used to bring them in.
Yeah.
And I came on stage after the show was over, and I sat next to them. That's when, which one died? It was Ronald. Big boy. Okay, he stepped on my foot.
Ooh, right? I know that hurt.
And his feet was back that big.
Size 24.
Oh, he had a big foot. And he stepped. He stepped at me. He said, "Sorry." Ooh, sorry. Okay. I said, "That's all right." The question is, will you do it again? And that's when I met him. But down through the years,
he ain't washed his foot since.
I ain't washed that foot since. But I learned my style, my playing ability by two men. That's Marvin Winans and Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder, yes, and that's wide range, isn't it?
Closer than you think, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When you say "wow," I'm thinking, okay, are you saying because
the magnitude and the similarities?
But why you think those two would be the ones for me?
You're a creative songwriter.
There he is.
And you're okay, I'm gonna use this word. I was resisting you to, but I'm just use it. Don't put me in hell, people. A mystic thinker.
Okay. No, that's a good word, actually. That is good.
You're a mystic thinker.
Yeah. Robin, that's Dion over there. Dion,
those sound effects, though, they are excellent. He's so annoying.
That's his instrument.
He is annoying. That is his instrument. It really is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stevie Wonder did a project called The Secret Life of Plants. Now, has anybody in this table ever heard of the project? I didn't think you have. But it's one of his greatest projects ever. But you never heard of it. Okay? But if we pull off one or two songs from it, you will say, oh, I know that. Send one your love with 1,000 roses.
Yes.
Yeah, you know it. Okay? All right?
I've heard it.
Yeah. But this project was, he wrote it for a movie. Okay? He did the soundtrack to a movie that flopped. All right? And so what he did was he looked in the garden and he decided to write an entire album.
How he look in the garden?
Well, he looked in here.
How Steve Wonder look
he called Ray Charles on the phone and said, "Come look with me. Come, let us look." This is what he said.
I couldn't resist. I was sorry, man.
This is what he said. He said, "I looked in the garden." Because there's a conspiracy saying that he's not fully blind.
Yeah, I hear that all the time.
Yeah. So he looked in the garden, and he wrote an entire project on flowers. It's the wildest thing.
Well, he might have known he was in the garden because of the sense of smell.
Yeah. And when one is deficient, the other part of it
kicks a lot stronger.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And he wrote this, and I discovered it in my mom's bedroom in the 1970s when they had these tape collections, the Columbia House tape collections back then. Okay, and all these tapes would come to your house, and you pay for it later. They don't do that now. Pay up now. Okay, and I opened it up and it said Stevie Wonder, The Secret Life of Plants, and it changed my life like that song did for you, the love song. And I listened, and then what happens is I think unconsciously I began to write like him and didn't know that Stevie had an influence on my life. Marvin Winans came on the scene 1980 with Question Is, and then year after year he would come out with these songs, and it made me feel like I was back in the Stevie Wonder days, and then I saw myself writing like him. Okay, have you seen any of that in your life, Hopkins? About there's someone that they don't know who you are, but you find yourself, maybe writing or maybe even singing playing the organ like that person.
Wow. Writing wise, probably was R. Kelly.
Really?
The way he was able to hit those pockets.
Yeah.
It was just and to keep it basic, it's E flat minor to B flat minor.
Yeah.
And most of all his songs, but he just changed the words and the music around it, and it was wonderful. And I don't know, I would say probably R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. Yeah. You? What about you, Rob?
I have to say too, I think R. Kelly is, to me, a musical genius.
Wow,
absolutely.
In terms of, sometimes just sitting and trying to pick apart what he does, with all of his music, with his writing, is an inspiration in a lot of ways. I have to say though too, Michael Jackson, for me, is even more of a musical genius when I look at how he put together melodies. How he just put together his music and just the variety of music that he was able to come out with. Now, I don't know if all the time Michael had a team of writers that were, writing for him, but what he was able to produce for me was absolutely.
And you're right that they even mention those, and it's funny to mention those two because then R. Kelly wrote for Michael. Did You Are Not Alone, I think it is.
Yeah, and Man in the Mirror.
Yeah.
But what's funny is this. R. Kelly's inspiration was Marvin Winans.
Yeah.
He used to sit in their rehearsals.
Sure did.
And if you listen to some of his certain eras of his music, you'll listen to him emulate Marvin's singing. Certain sounds he got.
Pockets.
Oh, yeah.
And Marvin's the king of a pocket singer.
Absolutely.
Marvin's a pocket singer. He sings.
Yeah, come on.
He sings like a musician. He's, not like a singer who sings over.
That's true.
He's a master of placement.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
Now, I met Robert.
And genre.
Y'all call him R. Robert came, before Robert came on the scene, he was, I was playing for a group before they formed, and after they formed, they called themselves Public Announcement.
Yes.
Right. That was a disaster.
Yeah.
They were successful, but prior to that, it was a disaster. I lived on up street from Westinghouse High School.
I know exactly.
Okay. There was a project that was across the street from me, and that's where we rehearsed. Robert would come over there, and then he would go up to Orr High School. I don't know if y'all know where that is. Orr High School, West Side. Yeah, and we would go walk up and down the hallways, crooning to the ladies. Okay, which got us in trouble because we had one of these. Of course, it wasn't as elaborate.
I remember the little black ones.
Yeah. And he would, ooh, and the girls go, ah, Robert! They fall out. I couldn't sing then, so I just did play the music. And then my dad says, don't hang around them. You can't go over there anymore. And so, I didn't want no whooping, so I stopped. I turned on when videos, they had what's called Video Soul, I think it was called.
Video Soul. Donnie Simpson.
Yeah. Turned on the TV. Guess who was on TV with the bald head and everything? And I was like, wait, that's Robert. And that's, forgot the other guy's name, and there's two other guys. I said, Dad, you see what I could have been? He said, yeah, okay, you could have been there, but you're going to hell, son. Yeah. And then I realized, okay, all right, I can't do that. But then I felt like Hopkins, though, because then there was a desire to do secular music, and the attention and the fame, yada yada yada. But there was something here in the heart that I was nervous of. I'm thinking I'm gonna go out there and it's gonna be hard for me to come back. Is that what you felt? That it was hard? You think it would have been hard for you to come back to gospel and stay there?
No, I thought at the moment when I was going through what I was going through, that the church was so demanding. Don't do this, but do that. Do that, but don't do that.
Yeah.
Do this, but don't do that. And it was just so many restrictions when it comes to being a Baptist or just a believer of Christ.
Yeah.
But then when I started to research the word myself, I said, well, no, this is what I see.
Yeah.
That we all are kings. We're supposed to always be joyous. We're supposed to always be happy. He spoke to me about the bird. The bird don't sit around and wondering, man, I'm going to eat. What I'm going to eat?
What I'm going to eat?
What I'm going to do? And the bird eat because you see it on your windows. So what do you think?
That's good.
So what do you think he'll do for a human?
That was Carter-esque.
Yeah, that was Carter. Yeah. He nailed it.
Stealing that, man.
I'm stealing it. We stealing this on this show. We robbing that.
Yeah,
we are the king of plagiarism.
We humans.
Yeah.
But yet we go through all these emotional extremities.
Sounds like Matthew 6. Sounds like Matthew 6.
So then when it comes to the music, it's like, well, I was being judged being of the world. And it wasn't, I was being judged by the same person who's a sinner like me. And to walk in that way was being judged by someone that doesn't have the position to judge me. So I had to find Christ for myself and the people that's around me to be able to say the things that I believe is the right things that should be said instead of condemning the Christian. You're supposed to always uplift the Christian and give God the glory. I believe that's what church is about.
Yeah.
Give God the glory and praise for what he's done, not to condemn you for this, because most of the preachers and pastors, they was either ex-pimps, ex-hustlers or whatever, but that's what they call them. But now that you're in a position of power, now you're going to say, I'm nothing. So dealing with that growing up in the church, I actually got kicked out of a church. I was the organist when I was young, making dumb mistakes.
Sure.
And that's when I went to the streets like 100%, and I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
My mama prayed, but I still went to prison. I had the whole church come and hold hands and pray.
Sure.
I still went to prison. I thought I was going to come out, I did everything the Bible say. I fell on my face like David, and I'm a musician. Can I praise you with these bars? And I fast and all that. I still did my time. But what he did do was send me to another prison where I was able to exemplify my gift and be a player there. For playing for nothing.
Wow. So
that will allow me to come home and don't put a price tag on my plan. But I just think that's what the real message should be when it comes to Christ and the music. Like all my music, like Joy Comes in the Morning. It's just, I'm just writing to inspire you and to give God the praise. And when I speak, it's just always about uplifting anybody. You can be anything that you want to be. Impossible is not impossible.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's good stuff. That's a good testimony.
Now, see, for me, it was different, though,
really?
A little bit in terms of when it came to considering going to the world to do music. I didn't care what the church thought about it.
Really?
I didn't have, because my attitude at the time is that I'm in this struggle.
Yeah. And,
the church is not. It's one thing when you have a bunch of people telling you what you're called to do, because a lot of people can talk when they say, oh, you're so anointed, you're so this, you're so this, you're so this. And that's easy to say on this side.
Right.
But then when I'm a struggling artist, because, to be in the studio, it costs money.
Yeah.
I can remember one song just to get through recording, paying all the singers, paying all the musicians. Even before I got to the point of mixing, had already cost me almost $1,000 out of my pocket. So sometimes you have a lot of people that are coming at you saying, "Oh, you're so anointed to do this, you're so anointed to do that," but you have no support financially. I'm waiting on my next paycheck so I can go into the studio. So I'm doing what the church is telling me to do in terms of following that which I'm called to do. And then it doesn't seem like the church is working for me in that way. In the industry, it's very cliquish. So if you don't know certain people, and you hear that from people in the industry, you got to know a certain person in order for you to get somewhere and get your stuff heard. And so when I looked at it overall, for me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm this person with this great songwriting ability. I'm anointed to do this and everything. But the venue the path that I want to take is not working for me. So let me go where it's going to work for me. My daughter and I have this joke. I mean, there are songs that sometimes just around the house that I've written just to prove. I bet I can take this song to the world and become a millionaire tomorrow if I was to drop this song. And it was a song that I wrote that I wanted people to hear, but we were just around the house and I'd pick a subject that was very worldly, or we know what sells in the world. Can we hear that song? No, you can't. It was a personal thing where we were just at home just making a point where I can write this song about drop this and drop that and go put it out tomorrow and become a millionaire based on that. But if I pursue what I'm called to do, it doesn't seem to work for me.
Wow.
It doesn't work because there's no support. There's no money come. There's no, our gifts are supposed to be our provision. It's supposed to. And so when you're the struggling anointed person,
you're in the wine press at that point, though.
Yeah.
That's the wine press at that point.
Right.
It's not that it's not doing anything for you. It's refining you.
It's refining
It's trying you.
And we learned that.
Yeah.
We learned that. But at that time, I didn't care what the church thought because my attitude at that time was, well, you all not paying my bills.
Right.
You all are not, you're not in this struggle with me. You're just telling me I'm anointed.
Right.
And so as Alvin said, as you move on, you learn that you are in the wine press. You are being pressed, and it is for something down the line that will be a whole lot greater.
Man, that's y'all dropping something, knowledge, beats. Just keep dropping it. Speaking of, there's a song that you have you dropped this song yet?
It is. As a matter of fact, you talking about Love? Mm-hmm. It is available on iTunes and CD Baby. What's Love got to do with it? Love has everything to do with it, actually. Yeah. So it did January 1, actually. This song was available on iTunes and CD Baby.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of it. First collaboration with my children, that ever happened. And it was kind of funny how this song came about. It was just me in our at-home studio, wrote the music, did the music, and all I had was this melody, that's the way it goes, everybody, and it was just that part right there. And I said to my daughter, I said, I want you to rap on this, and and she kind of looked at me like, rap on this, Mom? This is a groove.
Which daughter is this?
This is Brittany, the one sitting to my left. So she said, Mom, this music is not what you would rap to, and I said, yeah, but I want you to rap, and I want you to rap about the love of God. And so these two ladies, they wrote their own verses. And let me tell you, they have bars. They definitely have bars. So this song, again, it dropped on January 1.
All right. You hear it right here.
That the love of God is truly unconditional. That's the way it goes. Everybody knows that the love of God is truly unconditional.
Dear God, I know I don't deserve it. It's good to know that you still think I'm worth it. Cause sometimes I don't even love myself. I start thinking about the past and a number of times I told you that I'd try. A few of those times that I lied. Knowing when I got up off my knees, I had every intention in the world to backslide. To go do me, then come back and say the same thing the next night. And the next night, and the next night, and the next. I know you vexed, right? Now I'm too ashamed to say anything, so I skip the next 5. It's the same routine every week, making you promises I don't keep. Voices in my head keep on telling me that I'm too weak, I'm in too deep. I know what to do but don't do it. Tell you I love you but don't prove it. If I don't make my mind up soon, I'll lose it. I know right but this wrong, I choose it. Instead of praying when I'm down, I bruise it. Don't wanna be alone, so I call my crew. Time flies when you vibe to to that feel good music. Now instead of waking up for church, I'm snoozing. Laying in the bed, staring at the ceiling, not moving. Thinking about life, feeling like I'm losing. Heart wanna get right, mind won't choose it. So I close my eyes and I ask you to move quick. Apologize for the times I was stupid. I don't wanna live life like a nuisance. I just wanna live right with a new sense of you, God. Please give me your 2 cents, or you could give me more than a few cents. Lord, let your light be seen. Shine through me, I'm standing right here translucent. What you want me to do, I do it. I can't swim, but I walk on fluid. Tell me what to say, I promise I spew it. Even if they refuse it, I'ma tell them about this love. Even though it's hard to believe, I know enough where if they ask me how I'm still here, I could tell them favor ain't fair, but
that's the way it goes. Everybody knows that the love of God is truly unconditional.
that's the way it goes. Everybody knows that the love of God is truly unconditional.
Sometimes it be like that. Think about it once, then it sends you back. I needed that. His love like that. A new pair of eyes to see like that. And I know I let life steer me wrong. Dancing every day to the same old song. Feeling so right, but they're doing so wrong. And whoever said that you can live life through some feelings, never thought that you'd be so far from the ceiling. Lyrics give you life, but don't ever give you healing. But that don't even sound right. Been looking for love in all the wrong places, laying my head in all the wrong spaces, naming my friends like everyday faces, seeing everything going everyday paces. Woo! Cause I need a break from you and you. 1 + 1 don't equal to nothing that you are used to. Remember that, just like that. Never mind that, girl, let's make a track. Put it in reverse, then you drive like that. Cruise through the things that you never get back. Look forward, gotta leave that back. Brand new life, what's wrong with that? Unconditionally, only loving from me, cause
that's the way it goes. Everybody knows that the love of God is truly unconditional.
that's the way it goes. Everybody knows that the love of God is truly unconditional.
That's the way it goes. Everybody knows that the love of God is truly unconditional.
Yes, that's the way it goes.
Who said that wasn't music to rap? I understood every word.
I did too.
And that's the beauty of it. As an old man, I was able to just grab that and I was gone. It zoned me out. So
I think for the young person, they're so used to, the faster beats.
No, I get that and I understand that whole point of view, but
play me something.
I just think that that's an awesome presentation. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. We're gonna come after the break. We're gonna talk about this. That thing right there. I was playing it at home and I couldn't stop playing it.
I want to.
I was on the keyboard. I'm seriously. Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to play.
Yeah.
I just that was.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Yeah. Mwah.
Oh, thank you.
We'll be right back, y'all. We're coming back. Okay. You're being praised. Sir Walter Jones Show.
Broadcasting all over the world at urbanbroadcastmedia.com, delivering love and inspiration 24/7. This is UBM Praise. The following show is paid programming and does not necessarily express the views and opinions of Urban Broadcast Media and its subsidiaries. Thank you for listening to UBM Praise.
Now, our feature presentation.
Let's go. Sir Walter Jones. Who is it? Sir Walter Jones. What's his name? Sir Walter Jones.
Whose show is this?
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
Say it again.
Sir Walter Jones.
Who you with?
Sir Walter Jones.
One more again.
Sir Walter Jones. The Sir Walter Jones Show. Co-host Alvin Carter. We are a Christian talk show in where we tackle all the hot topics in a believer's walk.
That's right.
Wednesday is Music Business Night. We feature new and old artists. We talk about the music ministry in churches, choirs, musicians, music directors, etc. And we talk about publishing, record deals, ASCAP, etc.
Yes!
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
What's his name?
Sir Walter Jones.
Whose show is this?
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
Hey, how y'all doing? If you don't know who it is by now, you deaf. Wow, 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 wow. Go ahead, Robin, sing your song. Sing your song. Sing your song.
So, what song do you want me to sing?
That one right
Flow, flow, flow.
Oh. Come on, y'all. Let's just do what we do, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, they
normally at about this time I'd be like, come on, y'all, put your hands in the air.
Right there.
Come
Go ahead.
He's worthy, he's worthy.
You see all these people watching sing.
Oh, he's worthy, he's worthy.
The whole country is looking at you.
We bless your name in this place today.
Come on, Doc Hopkins, what you got?
Oh.
He said, I'm Kirk Franklin.
We bless you, Lord.
Now, if God been good to you,
That's it. That's it.
you should have something to say.
we got to nail
Come on,
this.
Lakeisha. Come on, Lakeisha.
Y'all know how we flow.
Y'all
This
know.
little one right here, she sings.
But she won't.
Whole song gone.
Man.
We at the end of the concert.
How many times we done did 3-4 songs with that one group?
Now, go back to that Love, the hit. Okay, now watch it. Okay.
Oh, man.
Now you're driving.
The way it goes.
Okay. All right. Now that's her voice there. Now what's her name?
Lakeisha. But her artist name is Leah Violet.
Leah Violet. Okay, Leah Violet. Now watch this. Okay, this is now what part of the song is this album?
This is the chorus.
Yeah.
The hook.
Okay, yeah. Now,
and it did just that. It hooked
you. Now it's getting ready to take you somewhere. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You hear it?
Yeah.
Here it comes. Bam.
The drop.
Drop
that beat.
Just that bam right there. Okay, take me back there. Take me back there, Dion. We gotta do that again. Okay.
What?
Okay. All right.
Gotta do the drop.
Do it again, man. Do it again.
Do the drop.
Come on, man. Come on. That's what song's supposed to do, right?
Yeah, it moves you. It literally. That's my gauge to know whether or not a song is successful. If it has moved its audience.
It has moved its audience. That's right. Okay, now I got this recording. Okay, I got this recording. All right. Okay, now I want to see his response on this song.
Now I'm conscious of it. I ain't gonna do it.
But whether you're conscious, the drop is still coming.
The drop is still coming no matter what, right?
Here it comes.
Here come that dub. Here come what you got out. Bam!
Hey!
There it is.
It's irresistible, baby.
There it is.
It's got to move me. It's got to groove me.
Yes, sir.
Ow! That's the way it is. Some things will never change.
That's it, Doc. That's how it is. That's what that song
Hilarious.
does. That's what that song does.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I think I asked for a lot of feedback from people that had bought the song that day, and I asked, give me some feedback on it. And one of my girlfriends called me, and she had already purchased it, but her husband wanted to purchase it for his device.
Really?
And the thing was, I think in him listening to it, it's where a lot of us are, in our walk. It's like we promise God a lot of things. We promise we're going to do this. We don't do it. We say we're going to do this. We don't do it. We look for love in all the wrong places. We do all those things. But nevertheless, what is a fact is that the love of God is unconditional.
Wow.
And we can't get away from that.
Yeah. And what does unconditional mean?
Oh, I mean, unconditional means that there are no requirements for me to love you. None.
That's a song.
That is a song.
There are no requirements
for me to love you.
I don't want to go to heaven without you. There's no assignments
Yeah.
No requirements for me to love you. We got 2 titles.
We got 2 titles. See, thank you.
We got to finish that one.
Now,
we got to finish those 2 songs.
When we make our millions, Robin,
you go.
We'll just say, how you doing?
How you doing? How you
That's
doing?
the way it goes.
Yeah. Mentorship. Let's go back to that.
Yes.
Now, music's greatest mentors, from the Beatles to Kanye West. I have here an article. Number 10, Diddy. Yeah. P. Diddy. What is he now? Is he still Diddy?
He's
What
still
was
Diddy.
He had 3 names. Then Sean Combs. Okay. Diddy. Number 9, Prince. Arguably, no one has tried harder with less to show for it than the purple one, they call him. 8, Kanye West. Believe it, as trouble of a maker as he is, he's known as one of the greatest mentors, actually. And they're dropping all the people who he's really put on the scene here. Pete Wentz. I don't know who this is.
Me either. That hasn't got me. In fact, the Prince comment got me too.
Oh, really?
Because we can go down the line of people that he has brought out.
Well, they got Vanity,
Apollonia,
Sheena Easton, Bria Valente, and even Carmen Electra.
Well, they forgot about Sheila E.
I didn't. Oh, I said Sheena Easton. That's Sheila E. too.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think Ready for the World.
Moore's Day and the Time.
Moore's Day and the Time.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. Sheila E. Or did they do have here? I Love Bizarre and Righteous Jam. On and on and on. Okay, Moore's Day. So I had to keep.
But
reading.
even his musicians, Wendy and Lisa.
That's right.
Alexander O'Neal.
That's right.
He was the original lead singer for the time.
Yeah, sure was.
But he got arrogant with Prince, and they fired him.
Yeah. Of course, the Beatles. You know, that the list goes on with them. Jay-Z. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I see that.
Let's see. He says Hove is his name. Has 2 distinct but equally checkered mentoring eras. The late 90s, and when the talented, hardened, and now mostly forgotten Freeway and Benny Siegel.
Benny Siegel, man.
Siegel. Okay, yeah, the prime years of Rockefeller, Entourage, his Def Jam's presidency days, when he scooped up Rihanna and Rick Ross and nurtured Neo's career. Okay, Kanye West, Young Guns, Emil. Okay, all you young people, y'all know these people.
Yeah, man,
all right.
I grew up on that.
Number 4, Miles Davis.
Wow.
While he didn't necessarily have much to do with developing their actual careers, a bunch of jazz greats got their start with Miles, including Bill Evans, Wayne Shorter, Chick Corea.
Bill Evans, oh my God.
Yeah,
that guy
Jerry
is a
Mulligan,
beast.
Herbie Hancock, John Coltrane. Okay. Number 3, David Bowie, back in our time.
Wow.
Yeah. Iggy Pop, Ziggy Stardust, on and on. Okay. Number 2, Dr. Dre.
NWA, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And number 1, believe it or not, Timberland.
Wow.
Yeah. And that list goes on and on. Okay. Let's see here. Then they have here that says, as soon as my internet speed gets up there, come on, internet, you can do it. Come on, What y'all got? Wild cable up in here? Okay.
AOL.
Y'all got Time Warner up in here?
Say what?
Yeah. The top 7 famous people who succeeded because of their mentors. Justin Bieber and Usher.
Yes.
Paul Krugman and Rudy Dornbush. I don't know who that is. Bush. Clint Eastwood and Irving Leonard.
Don't know him.
No. Quincy Jones and Count Basie.
Okay.
Wow.
Warren Buffett and Ben Graham. Mike Wallace and Barbara Walters.
Wow.
Then that's a huge one right there.
Yes, because she's a star as a result of him.
Absolutely. Christine Dior and
Christian Dior?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on. Well, Yves Saint Laurent.
Oh, Yves Saint Laurent.
Yeah. Okay. And so these are people who kind of kicked it off. Now, mentoring, Robin, you said that's important.
Yeah, so go back to all the list that you just gave, and as I was listening, what I felt was really key here was this. From the beginning of time, God created us to mentor, to pass something down to the next generation. I mean, the word talks about how God even said he'd visit iniquity to this generation. So if he will visit iniquity, how much more would he his original intent be for what was good to be passed down to the next generation. Even Jesus, when he left, he mentored his disciples and then told them, now you go and you mentor.
That's good.
So from the beginning of time, I think it's understood by the list that you gave how people understand within themselves the purpose and need for mentorship. And I think what would be really funny if we could have asked all those people on that list, if we could talk to them, all those that were mentored, they took them under their wing and didn't require anything of them. What I mean is they took them and they provided what these people needed until they got where they were.
Yeah.
The only place we have a problem with that is in the church.
Here we go.
And because here in the church, we are so concerned about ourselves. And let me tell you where you could see a lot of the inception of where mentorship would be a problem. I remember as a teenage musician, you know how, and I'm sure, Alvin, you've seen this. You've seen this too. You go to a visiting church because your pastor is going to another church. And so, you know, what happens is when the house musician knows that the guest musician is there, what happens? Well, when he's on the organ, what does he do when he's sitting on the organ and he knows there's another musician in the house?
What you
Depends.
mean? Yeah.
Well, he's going to play all of his licks. He's going to play because he needs to make sure that you understand
whose house it is.
Whose house it is. Yeah. And then what happens when the guest musician, I know you know this to be true, when the guest musician gets up there, now I'm going to outplay you because in this arena, it's not about helping one another. It's about me being better than you.
You nailed it.
It's about me being better than you. So I'm never going to be in a place where I can take someone and show them what I know, because my goal, if we look at, let's move that fast forward to 2015 or 2014-15, we call it shedding, right? You have a lot of musicians, they go to sheds. Now, I do think that there's a lot of good that comes out of sheds because for a musician who wants to get stronger, you can be around musicians, iron will sharpen iron. You get around musicians that are better than you, you'll learn things. However, young musicians that I've worked with, I have seen them be intimidated to play around other musicians because they didn't want to be made fun of. They didn't want to get on there and it was like, my chords aren't as good as his are. And then what he does, or what you see at sheds, you just see everybody go and they just go at each other at their best. But somebody always comes out feeling inadequate.
Always.
And in mentorship, there's no room for inadequacy. It's about, he's got something I need and he's willing to take me under his wing and show me. And not just show me. I can remember there would be times when even I was guilty of it. I remember there was a young lady and she would ask me to teach her some things. And I would teach her almost up to where it still gave me an edge.
I love that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was like, you know, I still have to have that place where I still have something. And that's just, let me just say on air, that is not God.
It's not. It really
is not God at all.
Yeah.
You know, as a parent, I want my children to do better than me.
Yeah.
As a mentor, I want to mentor someone and them turn out to be greater than I am. If I can walk away and they're greater, I'm a good mentor. If I walk away and I've not mentored anyone and I've not instilled anyone, the Bible talks about the woman with the vessels. They kept being filled as long as she was pouring out, not as long as she kept stuff for herself. And we are in need of so many mentors for musicians. A person like me or someone else who needs studio time. And that, you know, you need to get your first project out. There are people that have the ability to take other musicians, and you see someone that has a gift. You know that and you'll tell them, the world needs to hear you, but I won't do anything about it. My prayer is that God give me the opportunity and the wherewithal to be able to take someone in the studio and finance their first project for them and get them off the ground if I say I believe in them. And that's what we're missing. You know, everything is in clicks. And so if I don't know you, well, then I don't want to listen to you. I'm not going to listen to your song because you're not in. And I've had very famous gospel artists tell me that I needed to be in the in crowd. And or if I needed to make it, then this is what I needed to do, because this is what happens in the industry. You know, it's sad even as a female that sometimes in order to make it, you have to compromise your sexuality. You have to compromise something in order to get where people are saying you need to go, all because people don't want to mentor. You want to get somewhere, I'll get you there, but this is what you have to give me in return.
Oh, no.
That's amazing.
Now, me and who I am, I'm going to have to say this. I'm Mr. Controversy, okay?
All right.
In all of those relationships that he mentioned, there's nothing for free. If you're going to be mentored, the mentee has to do what's called an internship. That's part of his wages for his training or her training. So when you find someone that's willing, or someone that you see that is, how do I say this, palatable or congruent to where you want to go.
Big words.
Okay, that you admire. You're going to have to. There's something you're going to have to do to earn what they have offering you. Unconditional does not mean unconstructive or having to earn it, because if they just give it away, you may not appreciate it. If you allow me to use the Elisha example, Elisha, as they say, but Elisha really had to endure the testing, the trying, and what some would call the abuse of Elijah to get that double portion anointing. He had to serve. I went through that with some gospel greats in music. I drove them around. Sometimes I felt like I was getting cheated, because when I wanted to learn something, I wasn't getting the lesson the way I thought I was. But I really, in retrospect, look back and realize I was getting a lot from just being around.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
Just being exposed. I used to follow Percy Beatty and Darius Brooks and Sylvester Harper and Ernie Allen. I would follow these guys around, and at times I was their chauffeur. Like, hey, what you doing, man? Come pick me up. And I'm thinking I'm finna hang with these guys. We going to the studio, and I'm thinking it's my chance. I get to play. I didn't get to play nothing, but I got to see, watch, and learn that way. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you may feel like you're getting cheated. Not to discredit the fact that, there's sometimes you saw stuff you weren't supposed to see.
Sure.
And there's times you was around certain people because you saw them one way and realized it was another way. But there is an investment that has to be made and a sacrifice to be made for the honing and the crafting that comes into play. And today's young musician, they shared for accolations, but very few of them have been mentored, and they have,
I agree,
the character that goes with being a good musician.
I agree.
Brenda Moore told me this one day, because she was another person that influenced me, and she said, we were talking about playing for a church, and I said, I think I should get this. She looked at me and said, boy, you better pay your dues first before you make them kind of demands. And she went down the list. Do you know this hymn? Do you know that song? Did it? And I said, yes, no. And when I started saying no, she says, okay, now I'm going to teach you so you can make these demands. Those things are important. She crushed me, but a broken in contract heart, I will not despise. That, and that's something that's powerful when it comes to can you stand to be mentored is a question.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a very, very good point. I totally agree with you there. I think that you do have those out there that in their hearts, that's where they stand. I agree with you about some of our young musicians of today. A lot of shedding is about accolade. Mm-hmm. It's just about, let me get my play on, at this moment. But even there, sometimes I do think it takes someone even speaking into them and telling them, I've worked with a lot of young musicians, and I told them the truth, mm-hmm. And then I gave them a choice. Do you want this or do you want this? And a lot of them chose that, because they want that accolade. That's what they want. But I do believe that there are a group. I think there's always a remnant.
Always.
There's always a remnant.
Yep.
And I believe that there's a remnant of artists, musicians, and singers that are coming up that are just waiting on us, to arrive on the scene. And like you say, they do need to pay their dues. There is some sacrifice that needs to happen. But I believe that it is our responsibility to position ourselves to bring them into what they don't know.
And establish a pure platform.
And establish a pure platform.
We don't have a pure platform for our generation to continue to grow, as well as mentoring the next generation for the sake of preserving the art form. Yeah. Secular worlds have what you call underground.
Right.
And they have communities that they go into, and they preserve their genre, and they train up and they do it.
Sure.
We don't do it in the church. We go with the flavor of the month and whoever that personality is.
Yeah. I think it's important to get what you can, and there are the raggedy lifestyle of some of the greats. I heard someone say one day, never meet your hero.
Oh.
Never meet them.
That's powerful.
Yeah, because they're going to disappoint you. You look at some of the radio personalities back in the day, we never knew what they looked like. Okay, we listened to it for years, and then one day we grew up and we met them. We saw them on TV or something like that. Be like, you don't look like what you sound like on the radio.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you don't look like. And then there's some people I've seen where people said, man, my favorite artist was so and so, and these some gospel artists, and they says one day I was in the elevator with them, and they wouldn't even look at me. wouldn't talk to me, and I spoke, and they wouldn't speak back, and I was so crushed. I said, these people are human like we are. Human. All right. But as far as mentoring is concerned, my nephew, of course, plays for all of the greats, and I'm not going to mention the one that he plays for. Y'all got his records in your car. And he said, Walter, I learned so much from that man. He says, but that lifestyle, he says, uncle, I'm telling you, some days I have to leave the room because I can't condone, he says, if I stay in the room, then I feel like I'm a part of this mess. So he says, sometimes I got to leave and go back to my hotel room. And I says, and this is a gospel, man. You playing for, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I said, yeah. But just because he's playing gospel don't mean that there's no struggle there. He's struggling, okay, with sexuality, flesh, with all kind of things. All right? And these things happen. You've had your issues, Robin, with people. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah, in the music ministry.
Sure.
People we all know.
And it caused me to make some very, very, I'm probably a little more, not as liberal in terms of, I don't play church.
Yeah.
I believe when God said be hot or cold, that, you either hot or cold. Now, I don't judge people, what their struggles. I mean, I have my own. I'm not perfect. So I don't judge anybody with my own righteousness. However, I do believe that there's a standard that we have to have when we belong to the kingdom of God. Yeah. And so I have had, very well-known famous musicians that, their songs were on the radio at the same time mine were. And I've had them come at me in different ways and then explain to me how I needed to walk this out if I was going to be in the industry. And I remember it was at that point when I made a decision, then I won't be in the industry. Yeah. And I said to the Lord that day, then I'll just be a church musician for the rest of my life. Because if I have to do this, I'm not going to be around that which is anti-Christ.
Yeah, wow.
Now, you know what I mean? Yeah. I have a responsibility to not be around. It doesn't mean I don't struggle with things. I do, and God forgives me like he forgives everyone else. But if you're telling me that I'm going to willfully engage in things continually that I know are anti-Christ, then this music is going to end. This relationship ends today. I'm not going to be in that. You know?
I've been invited to too many even bachelor parties. Okay, from greats.
Sure.
And I walk in there, sometimes I have a suit on, what have you, and get in there. And then before the night is out, here comes the stripper. Okay?
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, really? I mean, do we have to do this?
And so how do you mix that with opening the heavens on Sunday morning?
Yeah, and because the party is usually on Saturday night. And they're going to get drunk and strippers and what have you. And then Sunday morning, they right there in that choir, okay? And it's like, I'm like, I don't know how I can't look at you the same way now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's a difficult world. I don't care. And Brother Hopkins can attest to this. The secular world that he's had experience in, it cost him some time. Okay, sure. And now he's singing and playing for the Lord. And this project here, an album talking about how wonderful it is. It's church, and you hear his passion in that song. And I'm looking for some other greats that's going to come out of you. Now, the CD that you gave me, now this is a single that you have already.
Yes, that's a single.
Okay, are you going to be working on a full project eventually?
Yeah, we're doing the whole album. I got a new single that's about to come out called "We Welcome You," and that's what I'm gonna put my sister on that one.
Okay.
Now that.
Yeah, you going there? Huh?
That's about the only song that ever made me cry. all the songs I've done, and that's I knew it was the one. But I had my auntie sing it, and then when we got the final project, some of the note and the feeling was off of, so I think the key was too high for us. So I'm gonna put my sister in on that one. That'll be the next single.
That's good. I'm looking forward to it. Some of my the cats that kind of got me started, Ed Showers. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Calvin,
another one.
Yes. Calvin Bridges taught me how to be disciplined. Yeah, okay, I traveled with him. You traveled with him at 2 albums, and he taught me how to be disciplined on keyboards.
And use temperance.
And yes, he did. Yes,
Lord.
Oh yeah, Kenneth Wright helped me when I was in high school. His mom was a teacher, a chorus teacher, and he's the one who gave me my first chords. Okay, he was playing Penny Lover and all these songs by Lionel Richie, and he helped me. Cynthia Nunn.
Yeah, another great.
Cynthia Nunn took my hand and helped me. Kenneth Lockhart, and of course my dad kicked it all off for me. And so I thank God for these men and women of God who kind of helped me do what I do today. Now, Robin, you have a song called "Rendezvous" that you wrote.
Yes,
I love that song.
Yeah, "Rendezvous." I sang by Kim Stratton. When did you write that song? You remember?
Whew. So I probably wrote Rendezvous in like 1995 or 96. It was never intended to hit the airwaves.
Really?
It was just a song from me to the Lord.
And, those are the best ones.
Yeah,
it was just intended on. It was just a song from me to the Lord, and then I decided to teach it to the worship team at my church, and Kim Stratton came and heard it, and then she asked me could she record it, and for 4 years I told her no.
Really?
Yeah.
You told her no because
it wasn't that type of song to me. You know, it wasn't that type of song. And then after 4 years, you know, I said okay.
You go ahead, gave it to her, and bam! And because you said okay, we all heard it. We all been blessed by it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one of the better songs.
Yes, I agree with that. When I first heard the whole project, it's that song that jumped out of the pages to me.
Too.
I know y'all listened to the other one, Jehovah Jireh, I think it was. Is that on the same project? Is that on the same project?
No, different. It was different project.
Her song's on the sophomore project.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's the one, and to me, it'll always be. So we're gonna hear "Rendezvous" by Kim Stratton, written by Robin, with the 4 names, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna do the battle of the bands. We got on queued up Fred Hammond.
Fred Hammond
versus who?
Versus Israel Houghton.
All right,
it's gonna be good.
I don't like it, but I don't care. I don't like him either.
No, I like both artists. I just would have done Fred and that other boy, Marvin Sapp.
Marvin Sapp.
Yeah,
it's kind of
that's a fair comp. They're similar, so that's what you compare.
We'll be right back, y'all.
You know, I didn't come here to preach to you today, but you know, I feel good. I feel good because I know there's a God somewhere. There's a God somewhere. You know there's a God who sits on high and looks down low. Man cannot make it like this.
Log on to urbanbroadcastmedia.com and check out the many services Urban Broadcast Media provides. Whether it's social media, video production, radio broadcasting, or audio recording, we got you covered.
Thou art all fame. seen us Hey, Shababo. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna talk to you. I wanna rendezvous. Nobody there. Nobody there. Nobody there. But me and you. But me and you. Nobody there. Nobody there. Just me and you. Just me and you. Just me and you. And you and me. And me and you. I wanna be with you. I wanna touch you. I wanna be able to crawl up in your arms. For there's safety in your arms. I need to be with you. You see, there's some stuff I need to talk to you about. And I don't want any interruptions.
The following show is paid programming and does not necessarily express the views and opinions of Urban Broadcast Media and its subsidiaries.
Thank you for listening to UBM Praise.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
We back. There's no dead air allowed on radio. People got fired for dead air out.
Yeah.
They got fired for it.
Yeah, my first day.
Yep. It just, you didn't know what to say. And they just said, yep, you fired. That's Rendezvous, written by Robin here in the room, sang by Kim Stratton. At the end, she goes, Shababo, or whatever. What's that word she used?
Baba Show.
Shababo. Shababo. I asked her one day, what's Shababo? She said, mind your own business. Oh, Kim. Yeah. I tell you, she's doing her thing. We're doing
a chef now.
Yeah. We get ready to do the battle here.
Oh.
I have a folder here. Now we're gonna do it differently this time, Alvin.
Okay.
Instead of doing back to back, meaning do one artist and do the other artist after that, we're gonna just do the one with just the artist back to back. That one artist back to back, okay, and then come back with the other artist back to back. I just want to see if y'all recognize a particular flow. Okay, so let's do Israel first. Okay, play the first one and then we'll flow through it as quick as we can. Okay, let's see what his flow is. I was introduced to him with this song. I didn't know who he was until I heard this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never.
We know he used to come to New Wine.
Yeah, I heard
that's how I
later
know
on.
about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very recognizable. We all know this song, right?
I love the dynamics of it.
And the strumming, the rhythm of the guitar, that's just quintessential him. Okay, right. Move to the next song. Okay.
In Africa.
He's in Africa now, right? He's taking you there. When I heard this song, I played it probably 20 times in a row because I just needed to go in.
Yes.
And once I went in, I couldn't come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh, yeah. And then at my concert, we did it again. My nephew, after he played his song,
right,
we went into this. Well, he went into this.
Yeah. That was so profound.
And that just took us. I could have dismissed after that.
You should have.
I should have. Yeah. Next song. As you can see, that he's a worshiper.
You hear the passion in his music and the intimacy. No pun intended, but you can just. It's like he and God in a room alone, and you're just peeking in.
Yeah.
Then it draws you. Then the door opens and says, "You can come and join us."
You can come on in.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it. See?
Yeah.
He's a guitarist.
Yeah.
Next one.
But when he plays keyboard, that's the songs he's in. The keys in.
Okay, y'all know what key that is. That's E. That's E, Hopkins. Your favorite. I like playing this song.
Yeah.
It's a fun song to play. Depending on who's singing it, though. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's an E again.
I think a lot of Israel songs are E.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because that first one, I think. Now, why do you think it's an E? Is it because of his musicianship or is his vocal?
His musicianship.
What?
I think it's a combination.
See, I
because
think
of
it's
where
his.
he sings and he plays the guitar. So that's a comfortable key. Because he could easily tune to 430. Most guitars in gospel do.
So you think it's his guitar?
I think because he's been trained to tune in 440.
So he had
that's what key he sings in.
Yeah, that could be. What do you think?
See, I think it's totally his musicianship. I've had the privilege of sitting with Israel many, many times, and he will sing anywhere.
Yeah.
In any key, in any given.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't just sing in E. Sure. He sings all over the board.
Sure. But that's a worshiper.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But his performance, he's going to go where he's comfort.
I think it's his guitar playing is what takes him to E.
Yeah.
And that's probably what he hears.
Yeah. Maybe.
Because some people play in the key they hear first.
Now, his song "Nothing Else Matters" was in E flat.
Yeah.
His guitar was flat that day.
Yeah. He dropped it.
No, he just played in E, but it was flat. Now all the strings was flat at the same time, same key, right?
Yeah.
I'm just. Yeah.
There's your favorite album. A.
Oh yeah.
He is white key in it, isn't he?
Yeah.
His music is racist.
Okay. Next.
That's probably his biggest hit.
So, I would be interested to know, before he became an Integrity Hosanna artist, what keys a lot of his songs were in.
Because Who Is Like the Lord is E flat.
It surely was.
He re-recorded.
Once he started recording with Hosanna.
And then the remake he did of the I'm Healed song. Having a dumb attack. Forgive me. It'll come back to me later.
I love his unplugged stuff. The acoustic. There's something amazing about acoustic guitar.
I wish I could play a guitar.
It's just, I don't know what it is.
It totally changes a song.
Yeah.
I mean, it just gives it same song from a totally different perspective.
Yeah. There you go. He's back in A album.
Yeah. Trading My Sorrows.
Oh yeah.
That's the song I was thinking.
That's the last one, right? Yeah, he likes A. He likes E and he likes A. And I think it has something to do with musicianship. I really do.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's why we don't play in them keys.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So, what y'all think his flow is? Hopkins, what do you think his flow is? Pretty much.
Praise and worship.
Praise and worship. Yeah, that's kind of where he nails it. You
Definitely
agree,
praise and worship.
Okay. Now we're going to Fred, who again, he actually responsible for introducing a lot of black people to praise and worship. Believe it or not. Yeah, he did.
After visiting our service.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, I'm serious. He came to New Wine, was like, wow. And then that sound changed.
Well, however he got it, he introduced it to a lot of people.
I want a royalty check.
I was listening to it back in the early 80s with the white folk.
Yes.
And then,
Integrity? Yeah.
Okay, but when y'all got it, y'all thought it was brand new.
Oh, and then Maranatha, too.
Maranatha, yeah. Yeah. Well, Juan Cannoli kind of helped us out a little bit on that.
Yeah. Which proves you don't have to be a great singer.
That is true. Good Lord. Him and Joe Cocker.
I like Joe Cocker.
See, now, Fred, I think Fred is the spiritual George Clinton. He is a funk meister.
Yes, he is. That was an A, by the way.
Yeah. Again, string player. To me, Fred did what BB wanted to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
What BB Winans wanted to do, Fred did it.
Yeah.
Because he has that secular R&B sound. Because this is from his solo project.
Yeah.
And this is all straight R&B, Stevie Wonder love song.
Yeah. This is probably one of his greatest, other than song, was it the Spirit of David project?
Yeah.
Which I think is his number one. Then this one, I think this is Pages of Life.
Falling apart and tearing at the seam.
Then he got funky. He went back to Robin's era. And he did this a couple times. I went to go see him and commission the reunion concert.
Oh, that was a good
in
show,
Detroit. It was probably the best concert I've ever been to.
Yeah, I think he's got that funk because he's a bass player. I mean, you know that's where that funk rides on the bass.
Yeah, that's all him.
This was from the Azusa. Carlton Pearson.
That's right.
days,
That's right.
Now, he actually also, I must admit, when he did a tour with Carmen.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yes, when Carmen.
Well, it was Commission.
Commission did the tour with Carmen.
Carmen.
Yeah, Celebrate Jesus
Sure
and
did.
all that stuff.
Sure did.
Oh, by the way, be praying for Andre Crouch.
Is he worse?
He's on life support.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. Yeah.
To the King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Probably one of his big hits off that
It
album.
was his big hit, yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think between Fred and Israel in terms of being a worshiper, do you think that Israel is more of a worshiper or Fred is more of a worshiper? Or yeah, let me start there.
You go ahead, because I have
I think Israel is quintessential worshiper all across the board. Even when he goes in this, even if he's doing his fast stuff, he got to slip back into worship. Because I think I noticed that when he went to Africa.
Yeah.
Get through that fast stuff. All right, y'all, let's go in. I think that's in his body, and his bones are made of it.
Yeah, I think so too. I was thinking when I was listening, I think Fred writes good ballads.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, I think that's the difference between the two of them is that at first I used to think maybe Fred was more of a worshiper, but I think it's just Fred writes good ballads.
I think Fred is in a struggle, and I think that's where he finds. You know how some people do things because. How can I explain this? I think there's a struggle in him, and he wants God so bad, but there's some distractions in his way. Okay, and I noticed that on stage. I kind of noticed it, and sometimes when he moved from song to song, and then of course from his friends. I know now for real that there is a struggle. Okay, yeah, with marriage situation, then physicals, what have you. When he was doing good, money was coming in, and all these things were great for him. He had a good time, and then when the problems hit him, I think his music changed. And I think he began to write accordingly.
And I think that this probably then is where he'd be most dangerous as a worshiper, though, because this is probably, if this is what he's going through in his life right now, this is where he'll write some of the best worship songs of his life.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to hear what's going to come from him then at this point.
Yeah.
I was reluctant to respond because of the way the question is posed. I have a big problem when we compare who's more of a worshiper, because worship is diverse, and I don't like to label it. I won't say us. I'll just say me. I try to steer away from labeling it, because it's to say that if I go into a Pentecostal church or into a Word church, it's both, or a Baptist church, is worship. And in God's eyes, it has the same value because it's a relationship or an expression of the heart to heart.
I may debate with that.
I mean,
yeah,
many do, but
yeah.
Many do debate with it. But I learned a long time ago, in every church, there's somebody who's sincerely, wholeheartedly seeking God, based upon their information or their knowledge, and we can't gauge relationship. We can't gauge because see what we're gauging is the expression of relationship. When we talk about music and worship in the church, that's an expression of relationship. That's to say, because he's more affectionate to his wife, he loves his wife more than the man who's kind of rough and rugged. So, because it's an outward expression, we can't judge it on the outward expression. Now, when it says whose genre, whose style is more appealed or guided toward the worship,
I think that's what I meant.
Yeah, after I'm going to say, I don't think she means what you're trying to explain.
No. That's why I'm explaining why I was reluctant to respond to the question until I got a better understanding of what the concept was.
Yeah, and that's why I explained the way I said. I said, you notice in their music, you can
hear Fred's battles.
Yes, you can hear it.
When times is good, he funky.
Yes.
And when he's struggling,
sure.
But you can hear. But then also, we don't know when he wrote those songs and when they were recorded and waited, because that whole process takes time.
Absolutely. But you could take a musician like you and a musician like you, okay, and then we can sit back and watch you guys, and we can say you're more of a worshiper than she is.
Right, and I don't like that.
I know you don't like it, but that's reality, because they say because they can watch you all day and realize he seems to be closer to God than this person is.
And I could be the rankest sinner.
You sure can.
Ernie Allen taught me this one day. He says, I don't care what people say. Ernie said, I knew I wasn't saved.
Me too.
No, these are words he told me. And if you're listening, I was in your living room when you said it. Mike Thurston was my witness. He says, but I knew that when it left the speaker, God anointed the sound.
Yes, good.
Because I knew technically what runs, what notes, what keys to be in to move that service. He knew what his job was as a minstrel. And we were talking about gifts and callings are without repentance.
Yeah.
And he says, I refuse to let people tell me I was anointed because I wasn't saved.
Yeah.
But I was used of God. Now God anointed the sound.
Right.
And so when we talk about that outward display, it's amazing how people would judge the appearance of it without knowing it.
That's good.
And we should be more like Zenith. The quality goes in before the name goes on.
That's good. Natalie says Israel tells the story of how Fred influenced him.
Yeah, he does.
Well,
yeah. Yeah, that's what. Sure do.
Natalie knew everything.
Yeah. We got a caller on the phone. Let's see. You patch me in.
Yeah, man.
Who's on this phone?
Hey, it's Bishop out of New York.
Bishop, New York.
What's going on, man?
Man, it's so good to hear you. This is Monet Nikolai. He got that name that you just like to say.
He Russian?
He Russian.
Nikolai? Or is he in a hurry?
Well, when it's time to eat, he be the Russian.
Ooh.
Yeah. How you doing, man? Hey, man, what side of New York are you?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. You over there, Hezekiah Walker, right?
Yeah, we're in Brooklyn. Yeah, we're in Brooklyn. Hezekiah is here in Brooklyn.
Okay. Hey, man, what you calling for?
Man, I said I was going to call, and I was running between ministry work today, but I said I'm going to call, even though I only got the tail end of this conversation. I'm going to call and just, and get in where I fit in.
Yeah. Where you fit in then? I saw him on CNN. Where was that show you were doing? You were on CNN with, who was that?
I was on CNN with Piers Morgan. I was one of the organizers on the March on Washington.
That's right.
For gun control and law reform.
Yeah. We got to get you back on when we do part 4 of this whole racism in America and things like that. But today we're talking about mentorship in music. Okay, you were into Broadway. I've seen your work, man. Amazing. You're a musician of your own heart and things like that. Mentorship is important to you, right?
Mentorship is quite important to me. I mean, it's my career as a performer. My career in ministry was born out of such relationships. So I value those relationships. One, those who have mentored me, and those who I'm privileged to mentor even now. It's quite important. Doors are opened via mentorship, and certainly pitfalls that can be avoided if you pay attention. You can avoid them. If you don't avoid them, then you can at least learn how to navigate them because of the examples that mentors have provided, and certainly I've been beneficiary, and I've also been in a guide position on both ends. So yeah, man.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And I've seen your work. I've seen your posts on Facebook, and you're always dropping names of people who you around who are mentoring you, and then you turn around and mentor other people. I've seen it when we had the struggle here in Chicago, and we were trying to do some marches and what have you. Even though you live in New York, you were concerned about Chicago, and so you're definitely a dear brother for me and for others. And I want to appreciate you, man, for even thinking about us to even call.
Oh, man, thank you, bro. Thank
you.
I love Chicago. That's home.
Oh, yeah.
Born and raised. My family is still there. So anything I can do to support the cause and to support a movement or to move Chicago and that city and the people in that city in a better direction, that's my responsibility. That's my call. So that's what I'll do.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Well, I appreciate
you. You're the one.
I know. So just a modest man, right? Just modesty. Thank you, man. Thank you for calling us, man. We got to get you back when you can call it earlier. We can talk. Just do an entire show with you, man. So, go down there to a Walmart and boost up that track phone, get some minutes on it, and call us so you can talk to us for 2 hours, okay? I know you got that track phone. All right, man. Change the batteries. All right. Love you, Bishop. All right, man. We'll see you. As Bishop Nikolai De Monet, a great friend. I want you all. We got to get him here, and you and him, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all twins. That's
really
ridiculous. Yes, trust me on that.
Oh my God.
Hey, we need a hymn of the day.
Yeah. You don't want me?
Yeah, we do.
Come on.
You play for New Alpha Progressive Baptist Church, so
what
I know you know him.
So you know what was funny is when I took over New Alpha Progressive, that was the one problem that the more senior people had was I came up. I did not know hymns.
Wow.
I didn't.
Okay, we'll play her or do something. Do something.
Beat me to it. You beat me to it.
I mean,
okay, play a worship song.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Hymn of worship.
Okay, wait a minute. I gotta record this. Okay, hey.
Let's see what worship song. Worship song. Give me.
Yeah. Wait now. I got it.
Make sure you tell your musician what key you want to play in now.
Where's your pedal?
Huh?
That's not a worship.
Oh no, girl, this is a Casio. We ain't got time for all those pedals and stuff.
Wait a minute, see there? You're right. We came up in churches where we had the hot water organ. What you talking about?
Let's go way back to integrity. Way back. Right?
All right. Yes, sir.
Wow. Ain't heard that in a long time.
Right?
Yes.
Old integrity.
I love it.
Integrity.
OMG.
Oh yeah.
You didn't say nothing. No.
Yeah, you didn't say nothing.
Oh, you didn't say. You just said play.
No,
play
you
and
gotta
sing.
do a sing.
Yeah.
No, we gotta sing together.
Yeah,
well, you started. We'll join
you.
You
started. We'll join you.
Okay, so worship.
We don't even have to
song.
know it. We'll just do it.
Yeah. You got 2 minutes.
Okay,
so here we are.
How about this one?
I don't know.
You got to get a pedal for this, sir.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes,
it's not in the budget.
That ain't worship.
That's not worship.
That's
song?
gospel.
That's gospel. Okay, worship song. But you got to
teasing.
remember, I write the majority of songs that worship song.
Yeah, do that one because we ain't got time.
Okay, so let me pass worship song. We need a worship song. Let me pass the piano.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Everybody got something.
There we go. Passing the piano, worship song.
Pass the keys. Pass the keys.
That keyboard is a joint. Everybody passing it around.
He probably can play a hymn too.
What you say, man? Oh.
Oh, there we go.
That's Hopkins. That's Hopkins.
There we go.
Hey, Ralph. What you got?
Lord, lift it.
You gotta tell us what it is. Yeah, y'all do realize I got 1 minute left.
Yeah, these new school musicians, we had to be on the point.
You gotta tell us what it is, Hopkins.
Bring it up on the spot. Let's go.
What's the name of it? Go for it. In the mic.
soul belongs to you. Paid the price for me way back on Calvary. And yes, I praise you, I lift you up, I magnify your name, because my heart is filled with praise.
Come on, young girl, sing the song with your mama.
My heart is filled. I love you, love you, Lord, today.
Tell them why you love them.
'Cause you cared for me.
Such a special way, that's why I
Praise you,
gotta go.
I lift you up,
See you tomorrow.
I magnify your name.
We'll have Michael Thurston tomorrow.
That's why my heart is filled with praise.
We're talking about wounded minstrels tomorrow on the Sir Walter Jones Show. Wounded minstrels. Meet us there. Spreaker.com.
With praise.
4 o'clock tomorrow, Central. We'll be there. Thank you, Hopkins.
That's why heart
Thank you,
is
Robin.
filled with
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Alvin. We love you guys. Gotta go. Peace and love to you.
Yes, sir.
Peace and love to you.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
You've been listening to the Sir Walter Jones Radio Show, where he provides you with a biblical perspective for your everyday life. Stay connected to Sir Walter Jones by visiting him online at www.sirwalterjones.com or on Facebook at www.facebook.com/AskTheElder. Stay tuned until next time with the Sir Walter Jones Show with Sir Walter Jones.
You can't find any work, I'll put in a good word for you at my job, man.
You ain't got no job, man.